They say there is a curse in these forgotten woods, one that doesn't hunger for flesh or bone, but for memory itself. Marcus, a man hollowed by grief and hunted by the law, knew nothing of such tales. He only knew the gnawing ache in his gut and the ghost of his daughter. Preserved in a small, worn photograph he clutched like a prayer, he was a fugitive from one life, only to become a prisoner in another. The curse found him not through malice, but through the patient, watchful eyes of a pale white crow. The bird landed before him, a specter in the gloom, dropping a piece of dried, anonymous meat onto the forest floor. The offering was clear, but the price was not. Starvation, a brutal master, guided Marcus's hand. He laid the photograph, his last link to a world with color and laughter, upon a flat, mossy rock. The crow seized the picture in its beak, leaving the meat behind. As Marcus tore into the flesh, a ravenous gratitude warring with a new, deeper emptiness. The crow soared to a sunken, unmarked grave and dropped the tiny square of paper into the earth. Later, after finding a cursed chest that seared his skin with blackened lesions, he collapsed. Sleep offered no respite, only a twisted reflection of his loss. He dreamt he was home, his daughter just across the room. But when he called her name, she turned and fled, her face a terrifying blank, as featureless as a faded photograph. He woke to the sound of his own scream, the forest his only witness. His waking hours became a new kind of torment. The crow kept him alive, a grim warden delivering daily rations, but his mind was fraying like an old rope. The lesions on his skin spread, a physical manifestation of the sickness taking root in his soul. The crow began to demand more personal tithes. It would not offer food until it received a part of him. Driven by the unrelenting pangs of hunger, Marcus took his knife and sawed off a lock of his own graying hair. Placing the grim tribute on the stone altar, the crow accepted it and flew away. That night the dream returned, sharper and more cruel. He saw his daughter at her vanity, her small hands brushing her long, beautiful hair. When she turned to face him in the dream mirror, a patch of her hair was gone. The scalp beneath it blackened and raw, a perfect mirror of his own cursed flesh. She wept without a sound as the white crow, perched on the vanity behind her, held the lock of his own hair in its beak. The creature's hunger evolved. It now ignored the physical trinkets and tokens Marcus offered. It simply sat before him, head cocked, its black eyes waiting for a payment he couldn't hold. Desperate to silence the nightly horrors, a terrible understanding dawned on him. Marcus closed his eyes, and with a voice barely above a whisper, he offered a memory. He spoke of his daughter's laughter on a swing set one sun-drenched afternoon, offering the sound, the feeling, the warmth of the entire moment into the wind. The crow gave him nothing in return but silence. The true price was revealed that night. The dream was a hellscape. He stood on a playground where the swing set had become a gallows. His daughter's laughter echoed from every direction, no longer joyful but a distorted, cruel shriek. The dream child pointed an accusing finger at him, her face a mask of contempt. The happy memory had been reforged into an instrument of his own torture. He was broken. Marcus finally understood that the curse didn't want his trinkets or his memories. It wanted the source of his pain. Kneeling before the chest that had marked him, he no longer begged for food or for an end to the dreams. He offered his grief. He offered his name, speaking it aloud again and again until it was just meaningless noise. He offered his very self. As he made this final absolute surrender, the dream world bled into reality. His daughter stood before him, solid and real, her eyes wide. She reached for him, a look of desperate hope on her face. But as his fingers brushed against hers, his own flesh dissolved, turning to a cascade of golden dust that shimmered in the gloom. He saw the horror bloom on her face as his form collapsed, his bones reassembling into something gaunt and terrible. The transformation was complete. The silent guardian, forever bound to his treasure, was born. His final eternal dream is the memory of his daughter's terror-stricken face. The white crow lands on his skeletal shoulder, having consumed everything. It waits patiently for the next grieving soul to wander into its domain.